actually a buffering agent that they use in antifreeze that you put in your car. Okay. So next, you guys, this one kills me. Okay. It's like a one-time thing. Just stir your peanut butter and you're good to go. Hello friends and welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Charlene Town, your chronic illness bestie, and if you're here for mindset, manifestation, getting your dream life and dream body in 2023, then you've made it to the right place. Go ahead and like and subscribe so you don't miss another video just like this one. All right, you guys, today's video, we are jumping right in. I am taking you guys to the grocery store and I'm going to show you guys where sugar hides in foods and how to make some healthy swaps. So if that's content that you guys like to see, don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's jump right into this video. All right, you guys, so I'm actually taking you guys into the grocery store. Now, they were like stocking the day that I ended up going in. Like I dropped Liv off at Tiny Tots and I went into the grocery store. And so I was gonna do some like actual filming, but there were a lot of people in the aisles, so I just did my best. So I'm gonna show you guys some big places that I never thought sugar was hiding and like what ingredients were in foods and what was making me sick, right? So before I started my health and fitness and my like food journey to figure out what foods were causing inflammation in my body, what was going on, like why was I getting bloated? Why was I feeling sick? Why were my inflammation levels so super high? You know what I mean? Like I just bought food that I thought tasted good and I ate it. I would snack on Doritos and I would buy burritos out and eat Chinese food and then not realize why I felt sluggish and uncomfortable and gross, right? So I think there's like 5 or 6 that we did today. And if this is content that you guys like to see, please like and comment down below. Let me know if this was helpful for you, because if this content is helpful for you guys, I can do more videos. Sugar hides literally everywhere. Like I can do so many videos like this. So if this is content that is helpful for you to like start figuring out what foods might be causing your inflammation, what foods are making you feel gross or feel sick, let me know in the comments down below if this is content that you guys like to see, because I want to film what you guys need and what you guys want to see. So first things first, for those of you guys that don't know, when you're looking at a label, the ingredient list starts with the highest quantity of what's in the food first, and then it goes down. So if like the highest ingredient in corn chips is corn, right? Or the highest ingredient in a yogurt should be milk, right? So it's going to be like milk and then the other ingredient. For instance, let's pull up our YoPlate yogurt right here. And this is just the one they had on the website. This is a strawberry one. This has a cultured low-fat milk. That is the #1 ingredient in this. Wonderful. But the second ingredient is sugar. Okay, so that is something to know. The second highest ingredient in this yogurt is sugar. Okay, then it's strawberries, modified cornstarch, water, tricalcium phosphate, carmine for color. Like instead of using the coloring from actual strawberries, they're putting food coloring in this, which is kind of weird. But I want you guys to see, we're just gonna focus on sugar in this one in particular because you guys, there are 19 grams of sugar in this yogurt. Now, when you use a higher fat milk, you're gonna have sugar just naturally from the milk. Like cow's milk has sugar in it, but when you start to reduce the fat of milk, you start to increase the sugar for flavor, okay? So they start putting in more sugar so that it tastes better, okay? So the total sugar is 19 grams of sugar. That's a lot, first and foremost, but then they add 13 more grams of sugar. So there's a total of 26 grams of sugar in this one small yogurt, okay? So for me, it's just a no-go because it's all sugar and I'm not getting any real benefit from this, right? There's also some ingredients in there that I just don't want to put into my body, right? I don't want to put the carmine, the food coloring into my body. At least it doesn't have red dye in it because that's probably the worst dye that you can put in a food. Okay, so the healthy swap for this really sugar-filled yogurt is my all-time favorite, which is the full-fat Greek yogurt by Faye. All right, so I like a full-fat yogurt, and yes, there's gonna be sugars in it because it's full fat, okay? I'm okay with that. I'd rather my sugars be natural sugars than added sugars, okay? So when you look at this, we've got the pasteurized milk and cream, the active yogurt cultures, and then it lists the different cultures, and that's it, okay? That's great. And then the total sugars in this yogurt is 5 grams. overall, total 5 grams of sugar. And that is coming from the whole fat milk, right? So you're getting the benefits of the healthy fats, you're only getting natural sugars, and you're actually getting real ingredients that you're putting into your body. I absolutely love this. This stuff is really great with granola and fresh fruit. I love using this as a sour cream. So like whenever I do Mexican food, I can put this on my tacos, my burritos. Like this is what I use instead of sour cream. I love Greek yogurt. Okay, so that's one of my favorites. You can make dressings out of Greek yogurt. You can eat it just like normal yogurt. It's delicious. Okay. All right. So next up, chips. Okay. So the long chip aisle, right? How to discern from one chip to the other. So I just grabbed one of my old favorites, which is the cheesy Doritos, right? Everybody knows them. Everybody loves them, but let's take a look at the ingredients. Okay. So let's start off with the third ingredient is maltodextrin. Okay. You guys, maltodextrin is a thickener, but it is used as a filler ingredient, okay? Maltodextrin increases the volume of processed foods. So the way they make chips cheaper is instead of using real ingredients, like the corn, putting the corn together to make the actual chip, they're using half the corn and they're increasing the volume of that by adding maltodextrin to create the chip, right? So maltodextrin is an inexpensive preservative used to increase the shelf life of a product, right? So not only is it a filler ingredient so that they don't have to use as much corn, but they're using it to make a product last longer on the shelves. Because if a product can last weeks, months, years on a shelf, they're going to be more profitable if they don't sell, right? So if they're not selling fast enough, they're like, it's cool, it can sit there for months. Instead of a natural corn chip, if it doesn't sell within a week or two, that's a natural ingredient. It's gonna have to be pulled off the shelves and tossed, right? Because it's not good anymore, okay? All right, so another thing about maltodextrin, you guys, is that it alters your gut bacteria. So if you're suffering with chronic pain and chronic illness, a lot of inflammation happens in our gut. If we're eating a lot of foods that have, say, maltodextrin in it, it's affecting our gut bacteria, which is causing inflammation in our body, maybe leaky gut, and it's not good for keeping our inflammation levels down. That's why when I talk about eating right for your body, you want to make sure and really pay attention to how is food making your body feel, right? Are you feeling bloated at the end of the night? Are you feeling lethargic or like your digestive system is super sluggish, right? Paying attention to those things matters, okay? So another ingredient that I really have to touch on in this bag of Doritos, you guys, is the monosodium glutamate, also known as MSG. I had no idea that this ingredient was even in there, but you guys, MSG is not good, okay? There are so many reported side effects of MSG, including headache, flushing, nausea, face pressure and swelling, numbness, tingling, and burning of the face, chest pain, and overall body weakness. You guys, that's not good. That's not good at all, okay? Those are just a couple of the ingredients that I pulled out of that bag of chips. But like, as you can see, the list is long and there's a lot of filler foods and just not good things for you, okay? So your healthy swap would be this bag of corn chips that only has 3 ingredients in it. And you have to also pay attention. Canola oil is a single ingredient food, but does canola oil feel good in your body? Just be aware of that when you're eating it, right? So my healthy swap for the Doritos would be a natural 3 ingredient corn chip like this one. So we're gonna jump into chocolate bars, and you guys, I could have gone crazy and done like a milk chocolate bar because milk chocolate is actually just like a ton of sugar. But I wanted this to be really comparable, and I wanted it to be something that you guys might see and be like, ooh, that looks like a really great option to eat versus, say, a milk chocolate bar, okay? So the one I pulled up, this is at our local health food store. So it says it's 65% cacao. That's really high, especially considering milk chocolate is like way less than that. But again, when we jump into the ingredients, the second ingredient in this chocolate bar is sugar. So then when you scroll over and you look at the sugars, this has 10 grams of regular sugar and 10 grams of added sugar. So it's 20% sugar, and that's in a third of the bar, okay? So you can only have like 3 squares of that chocolate bar, and you're getting 20 grams of sugar. It's just a lot of sugar to get from a dark chocolate. You know what I mean? Like when you think dark chocolate, you think, oh, it's kind of bitter, it's more healthy for you, because raw cacao is actually really good for you. It's a really nutrient-dense ingredient. And so when you see 65% cacao, that must be good for me. But when you look at the label and you see that, oh wow, it's actually 20% sugar in one serving, that's not actually good for you, okay? So our healthy swap here is actually the chocolate bar that I eat, and I absolutely love it. It's so delicious. Does it take time to like adjust to a 100% cacao chocolate bar? Yeah, absolutely. But what I absolutely love about this chocolate bar, this is the only one that I eat, and if I can't find this brand, I don't eat it, because there are only 2 ingredients in this, okay? Most chocolate bars, because cacao is bitter, they add sugar to it, but I can't eat sugar right now with the SIBO gut issues, right? So this only has organic cacao beans and organic cacao butter. That's it. 2 ingredients, and there's absolutely no sugar in this chocolate bar, okay? Again, like a full serving of this is 4 squares, and I still only eat 2 squares a day. If I'm gonna eat it, like I only eat 2 as my serving, and that's more than enough for me, and I love it. And it's a little bit of a treat when I eat it with my frozen blueberries. I'll have 2 squares of chocolate with my blueberries, and I love it, okay? If you're gonna go for a nice dark chocolate, I highly recommend 100% cacao, or even just like 85% or higher is gonna have less sugar in it than say a 65%, okay? All right, so next up is peanut butter, okay? So I really wanted to do Skippy peanut butter because that's the peanut butter that I used to eat, but again, they were stocking right there, so I just grabbed Jif because I feel like Skippy and Jif were like the 2 main peanut butters when I was a kid. You know, as a kid, I had no idea that there was sugar in peanut butter. You think peanut butter, it's peanuts, like whatever, right? But when you look at the Jif ingredients, again, it's peanuts, and then the second ingredient is sugar, okay? So in this Jif peanut butter, there's actually only 4 grams of sugar, which is not that bad. However, there are ingredients in this peanut butter, because say Skippy and Jif and a lot of peanut butters that are not quote natural peanut butters, they use ingredients like hydrogenated oils and mono and diglycerides in order to make the oil bind to the peanuts so that they don't have that natural separation. So like when you buy a quote natural peanut butter, the oil separates to the top. That's normal. Peanuts have oil in them, so when they sit for longer periods of time, they separate. So what do? You just open your peanut butter, you stir it up, and then it's good to go, okay? So in this case, like those are just extra filler ingredients that I don't want to put in my body because they don't make my body feel good, and I also don't want that sugar in my body. Like I don't want any added sugars. So the healthy swap here is I love the Santa Cruz, whether you get creamy or the chunky, the dark roast, the light roast, whatever is your jam. I'm a dark roast crunchy girl thanks to my husband. He bought it once for me in Maui when that was like the only option, and it's love, okay? It's so good. But as you can see, the only ingredients in this peanut butter is peanuts and salt, okay? So there's 2 ingredients. I know exactly what they are. Yes, it separates. I open up my peanut butter, I stir it up, and the rest of the time that I have my peanut butter, you guys, I don't have to stir it again, right? You know, especially people with chronic pain, chronic illness, where we're already fighting a lot of different things in our body, putting these extra additive ingredients into our bodies makes a difference. You know what I mean? When we take these non-necessary ingredients out of our diet, our bodies are able to relax a little bit, and like they're not fighting so hard against all these toxins that we're putting into our body. Does that make sense? So next, you guys, this one kills me. Okay, so I used to be like way back in the day. I'm talking like just out of high school. I started drinking coffee because I was working at a construction company, and it was like my boss was on all the time and I needed like a cup of coffee just to keep up. Okay, I didn't drink coffee before that, and they had like Coffee Mate creamer there. And of course, when you're first drinking coffee, at least for me at a construction office, it was thick, jet black. Sometimes it was burnt, and you were like, I don't care, I'm just drinking the coffee, so I'm putting as much coffee creamer in it as possible. So not only are you getting the caffeine high, you're getting the sugar high as well. But did you know there's not actually milk in coffee creamer. It's all like, let's take a look at the ingredients, okay? Okay, so again, the main ingredient is water. The second ingredient is sugar, okay? So we know that there's a lot of sugar in here because a serving size is 1 tablespoon. And I know for a fact, I was using way more than 1 tablespoon of that stuff in my coffee, okay? So there's 10 grams of sugar in a tablespoon. Holy heckin' Bob. But that's not even like the thing that worries me the most about this coffee creamer, okay? I'm gonna butcher this word, but hang with me, okay? Dipotassium phosphate is actually a buffering agent that they use in antifreeze that you put in your car, okay? Yikes, that's really scary. But they use that ingredient in coffee creamers as an emulsifier, and again, it's a preservative, okay? But yikes, okay? Anything that has to do with antifreeze, I don't want in my body, okay? Scary. There's a lot of ingredients in here that I just don't want in my body. Hyolic soybean and or canola oil. The micellar casein, that's like a protein that you get from milk that they took from milk and put it into this. Maybe just to say that it has milk in it, I don't know. And then there's just like binders and gelatins and stuff in there, which again, I don't want those in my body. Now, I don't do coffee creamer. I personally just use the Vital Proteins vanilla collagen creamer, which is collagen with vanilla and coconut milk, and it works well in my body. But I chose to pick a more natural coffee creamer type thing from the grocery store, and this one just happened to be right next to it. And since they were like, again, stocking, please, I'm sorry, I don't mean to keep saying it over and over, but they were stocking. So I grabbed this one, this oat milk coffee creamer, okay, because I know oat milk is like a big thing right now. So let's just talk really quick about this one, okay? So there's no sugar in this one. I liked that the ingredients, at least you could understand what they were, okay? So we've got oat milk, sunflower oil, natural flavor. I think that's garbage. That's the one thing about living in the United States is that they don't have to tell us what's in our food. Like, it's not a law that they have to tell us every ingredient. Other countries, they do, believe it or not. So they actually use real ingredients. Anyway, okay, so they have calcium carbonate, which is actually just a fortified calcium. So because it's not a milk product, milk naturally has calcium in it. And so because this doesn't have any calcium in it, they're just putting calcium into this. It's like a fortified thing. I don't know if you want that or not, but they do that so that you have calcium in there. Potassium, guar gum, like there's nothing really bad in there. Guar gum is a natural thickener. The gellan gum is a binder and a stabilizer. So, you know, it really depends on how those ingredients work in your body. However, those are more natural ingredients, like guar gum is a natural ingredient versus something that they use in antifreeze, okay? So if you're going to go for like a creamer, Google the ingredients that are in the creamer that you're eating, or just go for the Vital Proteins collagen creamer. It's amazing, okay? Tastes exactly like vanilla coffee mate, in my opinion. And it's way better for you, and your hair will look lovely, okay? All right, you guys, we're gonna leave it at that today. If you guys want more, or if you guys have any suggestions on foods that, hey, like you're eating this kind of a food, what could be a healthy swap, or you guys wanna talk more about ingredients, or you guys just want me to go back to the grocery store, because you guys, sugar hides in our cough drops, in our medicine, in everything, okay? Filler ingredients are everywhere. This is why I like to shop Whole Foods, because then I don't have to worry about ingredients, okay? But I am a stickler when it comes to the ingredients that I put into my body to help reduce the inflammation in my body. So if this was helpful information for you guys, please don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe, because it really supports my channel and I appreciate it so much. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a comment in the comments down below and let me know what was the most helpful for you, or what was the most shocking thing that you heard in this video today. I want to know in the comments down below. Go share some love in the comments down below. I'll be in the comments down below answering any of your questions. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.